Okay, Shelby, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to sharpen the crinkle cut blades. The crinkle cut blades are what you would find that cuts like hamburger slices, like you might find on a McDonald's hamburger. If you look at them close, you can see that they're crinkled. These are a little more difficult to sharpen than the flat blades, but same basic principle. Basically, what you do with these is you do not use a sharpening stone because they're not flat. What you use is a buffer. I have a buffer set up with one side of it is a wire wheel, the other side of it is a buffer. And basically you'd look at and inspect them the same way you did as the flat ones. You look at them, you look and see where there's a silver dot, and if you look real close you can see some silver dots on there. Those are the ones that have nicks in it. So basically you have to pick those out. Let me pick those out. Then turn your buffer on, and you have to take the beveled edge, which if you look closely you can see the beveled edge of this one. You can tell by looking at it that there's no beveled edge on this side, but you can see a beveled edge on this side. If you were actually looking at these in person you could see them, but basically all you do is you take the blade and you run it across just like that. Basically what that does, it knocks out any rolled edge that you might see on the blade. Since I have to hold the camera while I'm doing it, I'm not going to be able to actually sharpen these while I'm showing it to you, but they take about the same length of time as the flat ones did. This is just another type of blade that is used. I can show you some different types of blades. That is a crinkle cut. This is also a crinkle cut. It's just a bigger blade. Then we have round blades, which look like this. There's a special machine for sharpening these. There is the small flat blade, like I showed you in the first video. There's also a large flat blade, same thing, just a little bit bigger. And then we also have what we call a number 1 blade, which actually goes in a relish cutting machine. If you look at these, you can inspect them the same way. You look at the edge. You look at the edge, make sure that none of the edges are rolled. Anything that's rolled, like that edge right there, is going to have to be hammered out. Then you sharpen it on the same machine as we sharpened the first ones on. Now the key to this is there's several different tool rests. This is the tool rest right here. There's several different ones. Those tool rests are designed for each different type of blade. There's another tool rest. There's a tool rest on the machine, and I have another tool rest around here that does a certain blade that I am not doing today, so I don't have it out here. But those tool rests each have a part number on them. If you look closely, you can see a part number. Those part numbers, if you look in the book, will tell you that that part number will do whatever blade they'll do. This particular blade is a 27-120. So this blade that's on there with this part number will do 27-120s, it'll do 18-054s, and it will do 55-100s. Then you'd have to change the blade out. You'd have to change the tool rest out to do OV blades, which OV blades are a blade that I'm not doing today. But there's a tool rest for that, and then there's also a tool rest for another type of blade that's not being done today, so I can't show you how to do those, but that's basically how you do the crinkle cut and the flat blade.